got a mother-in-law so neat, she puts paper under the cuckoo clock. I said to my mother-in-law, my house is your house. Last week she sold it. You know, folks, once I wanted to become an atheist, I gave it up to have no holidays. That fellow walked up to me and said, I want 50 cents for a drink. So I gave him the 50 cents for a drink, and I followed him. He said, what do you follow me for? I said, I want to make sure you don't buy a bowl of soup. Who would think I just had a physical? I said, Doc, how do I stand? He said, that's what puzzles me. Here's a guy who told his friend he had a pet gorilla that weighed 800 pounds. So his friend says, where does he sleep? The guy says, anywhere he wants to. I take my wife everywhere, but she finds her way home. Two gamblers coming out of church. One says, look, it's hallelujah, not hialeah. A drunk walks up to a parking meter, puts a dime in, the arrow goes to 60. He says, yeah, I lost 100 pounds. Say a drunk is brought into court. The judge says, my good man, you've been brought here for drinking. He says, all right, Judge, let's get started. The guy says, your dog just bit me. The other guy says, that's funny. He's usually very particular. Say a little old man gets hit by a car, and the cop puts him against the wall and props him up, covers with him in a blanket. He says to the old man, are you comfortable? He says, I make a nice living. I just found a labor-saving device. A rich old lady. A drunk walks into an elevator shaft. He falls down 10 flights. He's lying there bleeding. He says, I said, up. Folks, I got a wonderful doctor. If you can't afford the operation, he touches up the x-rays. The fellow walked up to me and said, stick him down. I said, you mean stick him up? He said, no wonder I've made any money. No, I never had a penny to my name, so I changed my name. There was a girl banging on my hotel room door all night. I finally had to let her out of the room. I don't want to say my room was small. I put the key in the keyhole and broke the window. This hotel was so elegant, room service had an unlisted number. No, business is so bad in the nightclub I worked in last week. The orchestra was playing T for One. My father was a town drunk. A lot of times that's not so bad, but New York City? My mother-in-law needed a blood transfusion. We had to give up the idea. We couldn't find a tiger. Said, you hear about the gypsy who doesn't read the tea leaves? He reads the lemon. My father used to talk to me and say, listen, stupid. He always told me, listen. Say a lady driving along hit a guy. She yelled, watch out. He said, why, you coming back? You show me a man who has his 2 feet firmly planted on the ground, I'll show you a guy who can't get his pants on. My wife is the sweetest, most tolerant, most beautiful woman in the world. This is a paid political announcement. Folks, when it comes to gambling, I only gamble for laughs. In fact, last week I laughed away my car. Old man walks in the Chinese restaurant. He says, give me all your cash. The Chinaman says, to take out? Take my wife, please. Take my wife, please. Take my wife, please, please, please. Take my wife, please.